What's up, guys? Good evening. Daily candle close is upon us. What do we got? 17 minutes? 16:24? Wow, look at that back test. What's up, Shadow? What's up, Sean? What's up, D Johnny? Hope you're doing well. Check out this. Let's fix my levels here. Volume mixer. Hopefully that's not too loud. Well, let me know in the comments if that gets too loud, the music, okay? Okay. Check it out. This back test here in price. Let's go to the 4-hour chart for Bitcoin. So obviously the CPI data came out only a matter of hours ago, and we got this huge surge up to $18,000. Hit resistance at the big round number. Not to mention, before we did take off up there, you can see that we were capping out at 17,500 resistance. So there was it was on the third attempt at that resistance that we exploded up. Bang, and then we went up $500 from there. Now, there's been a retracement since, and look where we've found support perfectly. Do you know what this number is? 17,622. Well, if we go back, let me turn off all these levels so we can see it better. Let's go to the daily. Check it out. That was our June low. See that? So price has come back and fallen and found support on the June low. So is this a sign that we are back in business? Like, are we back to this, dealing with this as our low instead of this FTX floor down here, this low? No. SBF has been arrested. Can we get this party started again? Can we get back up on top of things? That's pretty much how I see it at the moment. And yeah, I mean, it may not last, this support, but at least we got a nice solid bounce off it on top here in the last couple of hours. Now, not only that, but check out what's coming up. We've got the federal funds rate coming up in, let me measure it for you guys. 19 hours and 15 minutes, so less than a day. I think it happens at 5 a.m. for me and 2 p.m. for you guys on the East Coast. Yeah, 2 p.m. and then 11 a.m. for you guys on the West Coast. I'm not sure what mountain time is, like where is Chicago mountain time? I don't know. Anyway, Chicago will be 1 o'clock in the afternoon. There you go. There you have it. And then London time, 7 o'clock p.m. Wednesday. So that's all your time frames there. Now let me get back to my local time, which is all the way down the list here. Other side of the planet. All right. So 5 a.m. I'm going to set my alarm. I'm going to turn the stream on. So I'm going to be streaming like quite early. But I want to catch the price action of this funds rate. If you missed the CPI data release stream, that should be up. It should be up on my channel now, so you can re-watch it. I was thinking of going back and making a YouTube short about that, like just, you know, the break of this resistance at 17.5 and how, or just, you know, the when we got the result, I'm gonna make a little video about that, put it up on YouTube, so check it out when it hits. It'll be some point today, some point in the next couple of hours. What do we got here? We got 8 people. People are busy. So what are we sitting at? We're, how many minutes away are we? 11 minutes. 11 minutes until the daily candle. What's up, Let's Mars? What's up, Honest? How you doing? Getting Twitter notifications all over the place here. Oh, yeah, it's all good. So, where are we? Where are we sitting? So what's gonna break? Are we gonna lose support or are we gonna break resistance? Like, are we gonna come down and test this support again anytime soon, or is this $18,000 gonna get broken? Let me let's post a poll up. Let's see. Will we break 18K resistance, or will we lose 17.6K support? I'll put it. The options is break resistance or break support. Right, that's maybe a weird way to pose that question, but there you go. Yo. Yeah, I don't think it's Yo-Yo. Honest. I think it's someone else. It's not the same Yo-Yo from B's Discord. Otherwise he'd be asking me what my neck do in the comments. Oh, fake yo. Nope. Yeah. Is this, are these filters too distracting, you reckon? these wacky filters. I think my favorite is the Smurf one. This one's kind of creepy. I know that B should be using this one. Except it doesn't really show up on my, if I turn this off, it will. Hey guys, B Crypto Live, coming at ya. Yeah, he should definitely get a webcam. Where's the Smurf? I won't be a second, guys, sorry. Holding y'all up. Smurf, where are you? Turn off my background removal again. There we go. I'm gonna see if there's a bull filter. Go bullish. Yes, there is. Let me just check if it's any good. No, oh my god. Hey, there we go. I don't know if, yeah, it's got a big logo in the front of it. Bull horns? Maybe that's necessary. I don't know. A proper bull face would be better. He's even got steam blowing out of his nostrils there. That's cool. What about bear? If there's any bear filters? Interesting. There's a teddy bear headscarf thing? Maybe this can be my bear. Oh my god. Yeah, you don't need a bear. That's right. Wow, this gets rid of my beard as well. This is very scary. How do I think war affects crypto? It's very hard to quantify that, dude. I think war is bad for everything, except for the arms dealers, to be honest. Yeah, I don't know. What do you guys think? What do you guys think about war and its effect? By the way, this is an Australian rum company, Bundaberg Rum. Sort of like a town, or it's a place north of Brisbane. In case you were wondering, it does have a bear on it, a polar bear. Can you see that? Polar bear. So I'm not trying to be subliminal here, and that I'm a bear. But yeah, it's a bear. Bear is the logo. Polar bear. All right, let's stop this bullshit. Let's get back to business. All right. Sorry about that. So, where the hell are we headed? What's happening? What are we 4 minutes away from daily close? Let's turn all the drawings off and just click on the daily chart, and we'll see that today's candle was beautiful. A little bit of wicking at the top. We've got a bit of, pressure pushing us back down. But hey, it's a great start. If we're going to recover this bloodshed that we had, this FTX drop that we had, this is how it needs to start. We need to, crack those resistances down, or break them down. There's still another one. There's another pivot that we have to be cautious of at 18,200, which is just here. This was that dead cat bounce after the FTX collapse. But yeah, I'm in the broader picture. Yes, we're still very much in a bear market. There's no doubt about it. This is a very small move up in comparison to the kind of price action that we've had in the past. But hey, it's something. Something's better than nothing, and it's better than going sideways. So if we go back, let's turn on the drawings again. Let me go back to, I'm going to see if I've still got it in here. I'll turn off these levels first so we can see what's happening. Okay, there's the current. I've labeled this as current or recent technical analysis. I don't know what this is. Oh, okay, that's the June low. Let me label that. Right, gonna hide that anyway. The funds rate, I'm just gonna call that FOMC. All right, we've got a clean chart. Let's get rid of the money flow for a minute. And I think to get a bit of a trend like around this, we might have to go logarithmic on the weekly, zoom in a bit, and then get a ray going from all-time high. So just there, and then link it up with this pivot. So you can see we are still a ways away from reaching that target. Now on the bottom side, the ray has been something like this, I believe. Yeah, it is. These two connected seems to be a nice representation of the support on this falling. We've got a macro falling wedge, and it's a Fibonacci wedge. So it's not a linear wedge. The linear wedge broke many days ago, many weeks ago, before even the FTX drop. So yeah, there's your linear wedge. We've broken out of that already. But yeah, the FTX drop, I guess you could consider that a back test of this downtrend from a linear perspective. So what kind of levels are we dealing with from the past here? We haven't quite come into contact with the 2019 high of 14,000. So yeah, there's a bit of a gap there between that high and then our current low. If things remain optimistic, like economically with the US, especially if inflation continues to come down, who knows, that gap may stay there. We may not fill that gap. So in other words, dare I say it, the bottom could be in. Like, that's always a possibility, right? So there you go. That's what we're looking at. Logarithmically, yeah, there's a lot of room to come up and test the top of this wedge pattern. Well, some music's playing that I don't know if it's copyright free, so I'm going to go back to my playlist here. All right. Top there, it's locked. Okay, and then I'm going to call this, I'm going to group this little bit. We'll call that a log falling wedge. Show it, hide it when necessary. Okay. So current price action. Well, this is all like uniform with the color scheme here. So resistance being white lines, support being blue lines. Got our day. We've started our day. We're so far green. Off to a good start. I know it's early. We're only in the first minute, but hey, got to start somewhere. So there's the mark of the day here. So yeah, not a bad little kick. Let's go back to the 5 minute. Let's turn on some of those lines again so we know where we are. Oh wait, I did have a log falling wedge. Never mind. I'll delete that old one. Bring that down here. Alright, notes analysis. That's this. This is the notes of the all of the major events that have caused price moves. So if someone was asking about what does war impact have on markets, well, this may give you a brief sort of understanding of how it affects Bitcoin. This area of volatility here is due to Russia invading Ukraine. Potentially, if you want to draw that parallel there. But yeah, I don't know. It's very hard to quantify what the impact of war has on crypto, because we don't know. I'm sure there's a lot of theories out there that are more accurate and better than mine, so I'm not going to comment on what impact war has. I mean, some people say it causes a lot of like financial transacting, so it's a profiteering thing. Like war's profitable for a certain group of people, right? It's not good for the planet, for like the general public, of course. No one wants war. But yeah, overall, war's not good. Obviously. Alright, so what are we doing here? We're in the very short-term time frame. I mean, you know, this is a total view of the last 6 months. You can even do that down here. So I don't know if you can see these buttons. Let me hide. Wait, what am I hiding? The disclaimer. Alright, so see these buttons down here. If you want to fit a whole day's price action, you just click on 1 day. And that'll show you, like, I mean, we've only got 5 minutes in today's price, but okay, this is a view of 5 days worth of data. This is a month's worth of data. This is 3 months, and then this is 6 months here. So 6 months captures that June low. Six months captures the June low there, and this is what we got going on. Yellow line for the June low. Currently above it, and let's get those levels back on. Now, are we dealing with any order blocks? Like, is that... Let's maybe go out to the 4 hour and turn on this indicator. So there's a big supply block up here, and then we've got, you know, the big old demand block down here. So we're kind of in no man's land as far as like blocks go. So I mean, if we go down to a smaller time frame, just seeing if this area here produces any kind of zone for us to target or look at. Let's catch up on some of these comments. Sorry, YouTube, let me scroll through. Identity theft is not a joke, Rick. Yeah, depends who you ask. It's cute. That's a cute one. Yeah, all the filters. Yeah. We will know when a war happens. Good answer, Serrano. Yeah, what is it good for? Absolutely nothing. Say it again. 100%. As we saw, the start of the Ukraine conflict was bad for the world due to their location and what they provide to the world. Yeah. Yes, Serrano, 100%. You never said war was good. It's just profitable. Sure. Frank, what's up, dude? Sam Bankman-Fried's bail has been denied. Sam has been remanded to Bahamas prison until Feb 8th. Damn. Okay, well, it's good to know that he's locked up in a cell until the 8th of February. That's a long time if you've never done any time before. Like, he's getting his first little taste of what it's going to be like for the rest of his life. You know, potentially. If he doesn't get a slap on the wrist. Well, I'm sure he's not going to get a slap on the wrist. The Fox Hill prison, Bahamas prison, is one of top 5 worst prisons in the world. Ooh, shit. Damn. Damn. TA23, good morning. You know, as a human being, I feel sorry for anyone that has to go to prison. Like, just for them as a human being, like, going into that situation. But then you think about what they did to get in there, and it's like, you know, yeah, I don't know. Financial crime, I mean, it certainly hurts a lot of people. He did hurt a lot of people. Yeah, I mean, yeah, I'm no good judge about it, about what, you know, punishment a person deserves, but yeah, you can't help but feel, as a human being, we all feel a degree of empathy. I think obviously I'm speaking for everyone, and I can't speak for everyone, but I still feel, yeah, like I'm just trying to put myself in his shoes and how scary it would be going to jail for that long. But hey, do the crime, do the time. You know, we'll leave it up to the professionals. Hey, to see like what he deserves, and we can just sit back and watch it unfold. There's no doubt he hurt a lot of people. Like, even I'm impacted by it. My position went down. Yeah. So apparently people, yeah, that's no good. I won't read that out loud, but yeah, people took an extreme measure in light of the FTX collapse. So that's very sad to hear. And yeah, that fact alone, it really, like, that is a severe. It's yeah, it's insane. And I don't know, just judging by his interviews, it's like he doesn't grasp that. Like SBF, it seems like he's a bit out of touch with reality about what he did and the impact. So, hey, maybe prison will be a wake-up call to that, and he's got a lot of time to think about it. Got a lot of time to think about what he did. Yeah, anyway, enough about that. Crypto's crazy, isn't it? There's so many, like, avenues of, there's so many realms to it. There's the trading, the technical analysis, the fundamental analysis, the drama, like the FTX stuff, like all the news-based drama, which has nothing to do with blockchain at all, right? There's so many little avenues of information to analyze and talk about. It's crazy. But yeah, it's good to try and keep focus on what matters the most for what we're doing. And what are we doing? We're trading, we're investing, we're looking to try and, you know, make money out of this market. So yeah, it's easy to get carried away and caught up with all the drama and like news events and all that shit. But yeah, if you're trading, at least just see it for what it is, and it's fuel for volatility. And yeah, talking about fuel for volatility, the CPI. So inflation is down. Let me open up the Trading Economics website, because they've got a really good way of displaying inflation. I feel it's probably my favorite one. So I'm going to screenshot this just so I can draw on top of it. Okay. I've got a red pen. So we haven't been this low since December last year. It's taken a year. I mean, we're not quite there. We're 0.1% over. But look at the last 12 months has been this with inflation. So this little journey from 9.1 down to 7.1 is a big deal. That's a really good start, and the reason that's part of the reason I put the thumbnail up the way I did with Jerome Powell as Superman, right? Because I mean, I know that there's people that like are critical of that, like, you know, he's claiming credit for inflation coming down, but at least it's doing what the Fed wants it to do. We want inflation to come down, and, you know, so they can get the economy back on track, and, you know, get those interest rates back down to a reasonable level. This is all fallout from, you know, the pandemic. Economically, like, the world, just like get a grip on like what happened. The world shut down basically. A lot of the world did. Not everywhere had lockdowns, but the world came to a grinding halt. Supply chains were affected big time. To basically keep things rolling, governments had to print money. Like that, it just had to happen. And now we're paying for it. So the fallout for it, we're still feeling that fallout. So, you know, it's a process. And I think, you know, this is a sign that we're getting back on track. But there's still a lot of work to be done. There's so many like factors as to whether we go into a recession next year or whether we start improving from here. Like start, you know, have we had a soft landing? You know, can we start getting back to business? Like, are we back on track to just going back to normal? Or is there more pain to come? I don't claim to be an expert in that, but that's sort of the, at least I know that that's the question that's on the table here, and that's what's having the most impact on markets. No FTX or Sam Bankman-Fried drama. That's nothing compared to what's happened this year with inflation. Inflation is the reason that we've gone from 69,000 all the way down to, you know, below 18, below 20. Inflation being high and the Federal Reserve needing to increase the interest rates to try and combat that inflation. So that is what's caused this bear market in a severe way. And then, yeah, like I guess Luna, Terra Luna, Celsius, FTX, these are all symptoms of that condition, that macroeconomic condition. Just as the pump to 69,000 was a symptom of a lot of money being thrown around the place. You know, a lot of money going into the hands of just everyday people all at once, stimulus, you know. So yeah, it's like dropping a rock into a pond, you know. There's big splash initially and then ripples, and then, you know, there's going to be disturbance in the water until things settle back down. But yeah, that's my sort of take on it, on the macro view. Who knows what's the next big macro implication? Like what's going to happen? What's you know, what's the next big narrative driver? Because this year it's just been negative narrative the whole way. So is there going to be some kind of big catalyst? I mean, you could argue that the CPI a couple of hours ago was that could be a catalyst that picks the market out of this rut that it's in. And with that, I should be looking at the S&P at least for that, because that's the big boy market right there. That's the big mama. The US equities market. So there's no doubt, yeah, it caused a massive wick. Yeah, there you go. That's the S&P futures market. If we go to the 4-hour and zoom out a little, it's been very volatile lately. Now, something I wanted to talk about was with the S&P is this trend line here. There's the S&P 500's all-time high. Here is a huge pivot point, which provided us with this line, right? We reacted very strong off this line here. So that's 3 major pivots. So this line ain't no joke. This is a very serious trend line that we're dealing with here. Pressure, pressure, pressure. And, you know, we're trying to attack it right now. We've come up. We got slammed back down right here. We popped above it yesterday. Well, you know, in the most recent price action. Let me go to a smaller time frame. So this is that same line. It's just been flattened out. But yeah, it's going to take a lot of activity to really break through that. It's kind of signifying like how, you know, the state of affairs right now with the economy, you know. So that's where we're at. Crypto and Bitcoin in general, or Bitcoin and crypto in general rather, is dependent on this because this ties into how the equities market performs, the S&P 500 and every other market really, and in turn has an impact on how confident people feel getting involved in the crypto market, along with other factors. But that, to me, that is the primary factor that we should all be focusing on. Now, with that in mind, some optimism, some hopium, some good news. If we go to Trueflation, this is a tool that aims to forecast where inflation's headed, right? And it's reported day to day, so it's giving you figures every single day on inflation. You can see in this aqua blue line below it, so the dark blue line is the Trueflation figure, and the aqua line is the government giving us our, trickling out the inflation data month by month and looking back a month. So it's actually, when we get a figure of inflation, it's actually looking at the previous month's performance. So see how November, here we are, we're in December now, so this line is 2 months old. But yeah, we're due to, this is due to get a line drawn in soon. I think if we go to the dashboard, maybe it'll have it. No, it hasn't been updated yet. Anyway, yeah. So my point is, let me do this so I can draw on it again. If this has been estimating inflation at a much more severe rate, it's getting closer now. Like, it's getting closer on target with what actual results we get from the government. But yeah, look, that's optimistic. Do you think that, my feeling here is that actual inflation, the reports that we get, are going to look something like this. So what did we pull in? A 7.1. So that's probably like to about here. And then if this is anything to go by, that means the next CPI report should be somewhere down close to 6, or low 6s, so 6.2 or something like that. So I think this is a very powerful website to be familiar with, this trueflation.com. I'm going to put that in the chat. So yeah, bookmark that website, and we can all keep an eye on where inflation's sitting. There's no doubt, yeah, it looks like things are on the mend here. Like, inflation's coming down. All right, enough about that. I think I've made my point. But anyway, I think it deserves to be spoken about a lot because it is the most important factor at this point in time. It's what is driving sentiment. So anyway, it's kind of like the calm. We're in this sort of like dead zone between now and the funds rate decision. So forecast is an increase of just 50 basis points, so 0.5%, which is still like a big increase when you think about it. But when you compare it to the previous 2 increases, they've been going up by 75 basis points, so 0.75%. US inflation is currently at 4%. So a 50 basis point hike would bring it to 4.5% overall interest rate. That's the forecast. I'm going to end this poll. So the majority of people think we're going up they think we're going to break resistance. That's 28 votes. Interesting. That's a fair majority right there. I'm kind of with you on that. I think we're going to see another pop. If I'm to try and call a prediction based off the funds rate, which is right here. FOMC statement and then the funds rate. So what is this? This is the 30-year bond auction. I don't even know what that is, so I'm not even going to comment. But you can see there's a couple of events between now and FOMC funds rate. So what was I going to poll? Oh yeah, let's do a poll about the funds rate. Will the funds rate come in? Let's see. How could I pose this question? Like by let's see, what will the rate be increased by? And we'll put 50 basis points. I think that's what they say. Basis, is it? Anyway, it'll still make sense. Or 75 basis points. There we go. Rick, you awake? Yeah, I'm awake. I think I'm awake. Tomorrow is going to be another exciting day, or today for you. Yes. Yes, sir. It's back to back, mate. So cast your votes, guys. That poll's up. We've had 5 votes so far. Most people thinking that we're going to hit something more toward forecast, which is cool. Let's look at the history of funds rates. Okay. There's your 275 point increases. So the September and then the November. Notice how October didn't have a funds rate change. October was like a sleeper month. This is a history going way back. Look at this. 2017, 18, 19, 20, 21, and 22. So see how this is green. This came in harsher. This came in more severe than forecast. Usually the forecasts are on point. Can you see that? The forecasts are usually on point. So if the forecast is 4.5, I think we're pretty likely to get a 50 basis point increase. I highly doubt we get just a 25 or a less than 25, but yeah, who knows? Maybe that'll be his Christmas present to everybody. Just doing a 25 basis point increase. Yeah, I don't know. That's hopium right there. Yeah, so in reality, it's likely to be a 50 basis point hike, bringing total interest rate to 4.5%. But hey, you know, on the contrary, if the hike decision is 75, like if they remain strong, then damn, that's gonna that's gonna be nasty. What did I put up the other day? Let me go back to this channel here because I've got. My search function's not working. That sucks, but that's all right. Let's check out what CNBC is talking about, because I mean that's like a big mainstream media financial news center. Let's go back to Dark Reader. Continue without support. Thank you. The Fed has to portray itself as tough on inflation even as it pushes through a smaller rate hike. Yeah, so he's gonna be still sobering about it, maybe. Like he's not gonna be like, whoa, we're beating inflation, like, yo, let's have a party. Nah, he's gonna keep it real. He's gonna be sober about it, but you know, there was a hint in his last little speech there that they're going to be easing off. Inflation moderates, China COVID rules ease, have two heads of the dragon been slayed. Ooh, that's a good headline. Ooh, they had a Bitcoin article back here. Let me go back to it. Binance temporarily halted withdrawals of stablecoin USDC as investor fears mount after FTX collapse. By the way, there is a lot of FUD around Binance and CZ at the moment. Yeah, understandable. Everyone's very on edge because of the whole FTX thingy. He's being heavily scrutinized right now. So yeah, I don't know. You either buy into it, the FUD and the fear, or you take it for what it is, and you wait until anything concrete comes out, because it's all speculation right now. Scrutiny isn't like, scrutinizing something is one thing, but actually finding evidence and is another. So I know that they were saying that the Binance proof of reserve audit was supposedly not very concrete, like it wasn't as revealing, transparent. Like there was some missing bits, like about some of the overheads, like what liabilities did Binance have. That was all kind of excluded from that. So I guess maybe they'll go through and provide that information and basically settle all the doubt, the fear and the doubt, the fear and the uncertainty and the doubt, the FUD. What other headlines we got going on here? Board, JP Morgan. So reading JP Morgan's report on the inflation. Could be interesting. Apple launches a big update that makes your iPhone backups more secure. Here's how to turn it on. Okay, well, I don't even use iCloud, so fuck that. New study shows workers and consumers are likely to favor pro-LGBTQ businesses. Okay. Blizzard seeks new partners to continue offering World of Warcraft in China. Okay. I don't know why that's financial, but okay. I mean, Blizzard, I suppose, is a fairly big gaming entity, so yeah. Are they publicly listed? I don't know. They probably are. I don't know. Blizzard. Musk's Twitter reportedly has paid rent on its office spaces for weeks. Or hasn't, sorry. Hasn't. Keyword. Musk's Twitter reportedly hasn't paid rent on its office spaces for weeks. That's crazy. Yeah, me have been paying the bills? US consumer prices rose less than expected in November, up 7.1% from a year ago. That's good. That's good. So that means the cost of living is becoming a little bit softer, hopefully. Yeah, I just wish I could find that headline picture that I put up. You know what? I'm going to find it on my phone because I've got it on my phone and I want you to see it. I'm going to Google the headline. Before I Google in front of you, I've got to be careful with that. Because you know when you type in and it shows you what someone's been looking up. Let's see, smaller rate hikes coming soon minutes show. There we go, I found it. And it's a CNBC article, I'm pretty sure. Yes. So this be the article, I think. Sorry to blind you. This bad boy. All right, let me turn dark reader back on. Sorry about that. Okay, Fed officials see smaller rate hikes coming soon. Minutes show that was on the 23rd of November that they brought out this article here. Federal Reserve officials expect to switch to smaller interest rate increases soon, according to minutes from the November meeting released Wednesday. Some officials expressed concern over the impact rate increases could have on financial stability and the economy. You know, you've heard from Elon Musk that he thinks it's crazy what the Federal Reserve have been doing with their hikes. It's been way too aggressive with the interest rates, making it very hard for businesses to maintain operation as they want to, you know. Markets have largely expected the Fed to dial down the intensity of its policy tightening, and the minutes helped confirm that. So I don't know if you consider that a pivot. Like, are they pivoting? Is an easing a pivot? I don't know. Federal Reserve officials earlier this month agreed that smaller interest rate increases should happen soon as they evaluate the impact policy is having on the economy. Meeting minutes released Wednesday indicated. I'm just going to link this article in case anyone wants to read it. It's a good one though. It's basically what's coming, right? It's implying, or better yet, go watch the meeting minutes. Jerome Powell. They only happened not so long ago. I even made a short about it when when Jerome Powell says we got to look at it, got to tell them to look at it. Well, if you tell them to look at it, they'll look at it, and they had a chuckle. Let's see, Jerome Powell meeting. Was it this? No, it wasn't that. "13 days ago. I think it was this one. There you go, guys. This one.
Three component categories: core goods inflation, housing services.
It's when he sat down with this geezer, this guy.
Thank you very much, Chair Powell. I think you spared me the chore of asking you to pick between 50 and 75.
The Brookings Institute.
Thank you for your last paragraph. But I want to talk a little bit about wages and inflation. So, as you said, wages are rising faster than is consistent with a 2% inflation rate, assuming reasonable productivity. You said in November that wages are not the principal cause of prices going up. But for many workers, real wages have been falling lately. So I wonder, isn't there room for wages to rise a bit faster so workers can make up lost ground? And what level of wage increases do you...
This video goes for an hour. There's a link to it in the chat if you want to check it out. But this is pretty much Jerome Powell, the head of the Federal Reserve, talking about this easing of their hikes. So there you go. And it had a positive impact on the market. I don't remember where it was. It was, if we go to the hour chart, it was late November. I think it was probably maybe that move up. When was that meeting? It's in the calendar. We go Oh, not there. Hang on a minute. Calendar. It's only a couple of weeks ago. It wasn't that long ago. Meeting minutes. 24. It'll say, yeah, there it is. Look, 4:30 a.m. on the 1st of December, Brisbane time. So let's mark that out on the calendar here on the chart. So 4:30 a.m. 1st of December. 4:30. Boom. Whoops. Might even be able to go back to the 15-minute chart to really dial in when that happened. 4:30 a.m. Right there. That was when the world learned that he was thinking of easing on the rate hike. And that's why we've got a 50 basis point consensus, a 50 basis point forecast. Anyway, I think we're pretty much all up to speed with that, guys. I think between now and the funds rate decision, you know, we're kind of going to be meandering, maybe not to that degree, but this is where the magic's going to happen. We've already had our kicker from the CPI data. Excellent news for the bulls. But I think if we get a 4.5% funds rate, currently we're at 4, but if we get that 50 basis point hike, that's the expected. So that should, you know, it's priced in. Like that's what we want. That's what we're expecting. And you know, if we get that, I think, you know, maybe there's a chance we attack 18,000 again. But yeah, hopium would be 4.25%. Doubt that's going to happen, but we'll see. You never know. You never know. There's a lot of time between now and then, so they're probably discussing. I don't know. Do you reckon their decision is locked in about what rate they're going to put out, or do you think they're still debating about it? Well, what should we do, guys? A 25, a 50, or a 75? What do you think? In light of the CPI. Okay, this poll got 13 votes. What will the funds rate be increased by? Majority of people saying 50 basis points. I'm with you on that. So that's fairly obvious. Pretty sure it's going to be a 50. Serrano says they can't just do a 0.25. Fair enough. Yeah, a 0.25, right. What about, can they do a nothing? Can they do a pause? Like, so there's no change. It just stays at 4% interest rate. Is that possible? No. Dan Cush. Whoa, $20 super chat. My man. Hello, Rick. Check the Willy indicator as it helped me make some money. All right. Yeah, what's the Willy? I haven't heard of the Willy indicator. The Willy. Any specific one? And is it, do you mean it's like a TradingView indicator, or? Let me know, man. Just type it out. You don't have to super chat it. No, but I really appreciate the super chat. It's awesome, man. It keeps me very motivated to keep doing these streams, and it incentivizes me to put in the effort. So is it this one by coin-sittering? Coin-sittering. The Willy? So Dan, is it a TradingView indicator? Let's Mars says they'll roll a dice 5 minutes before press release. Oh, the Willy on TradingView. Okay. Let me see. The Willy. I don't know, man. Do you mean any of these, or do you mean the Williams alligator? Type the Willy on front. Yes, sir. First one. This one? Or this one? Percentage range? Sorry for me like asking you to be so specific, but I just want to make sure I'm getting the right of the right thing that you're trying to get me to look at. So this, okay, we'll just Williams percent R. Okay. Dan, if you have Discord, by all means, dude, jump into Discord and tell me all about it, because if it's been working for you, or better yet, you could tell me like maybe something to look up if you found like a resource on YouTube teaching people how to use the Williams R. That could be okay, cool. Appreciate that, Dan. Thanks, mate. So yeah, like guys, anyone, if you found anything out there that's been really helpful for you for trading or taking positions, then share it by all means. We'd love to hear it, just so we can analyze it and see how it works. So like, yeah, between now and the next stream, I'll definitely look into it, man, and I'm gonna like sort of see how to use it. Is it basic? I mean, it looks like an oscillator, and it seems to pick out the lows pretty well. Picks out good entry points and good take profits, I suppose, as well. Hey, like tops when it gets overcooked. Yeah, it's been pretty accurate there. Just comparing all the positions on it. Yep, in general in Discord. Sweet. Uema. Oh, okay. Williams percent R by Stu Amer. That's the one that I put up. Williams. Ah, this one. Okay. It's probably going to tell me I need to buy TradingView. Hang on a second. I'll get rid of this one. And I'll put on Williams. Buy this one. Okay, I'm going to save it. Put it on. Uh-huh. So it's got like a guideline. And then the Willy. I see what you mean now, dude. It's called the Willy. I wonder if it's got any kind of description on how to use this indicator. I'm going to look that up. I'm going to see if there's any really good tutorials on YouTube on how to use or how to get the best out of the Willy. Anyway, guys, I'm going to have to wrap this stream up. Thank you so much for tuning in, and thanks, Dan, again for that super chat. Very generous of you. and I'll definitely be streaming again when we get this bad boy, the funds rate decision. Expect some volatility before then too. Even now, like we could still get some volatility, so we'll check it out. Anyway, thanks again, guys, for tuning in, and I'll catch you on the next one.